you stapling a pencil?
Yeah. Ooh, that bitch broke.
What, the pencil or the stapler?
Both.
Please do not break my stapler.
Your stapler's not broken, don't worry about it.
Okay, good.
Alright, we're all good.
Welcome back to the Jackoffs podcast.
Yeah,
How's everybody doing tonight?
I'm pretty good. How are you, John?
Doing all right.
I have a masturbation problem.
Really?
You could have taken care of that when you went to the bathroom just now.
Dude, I almost pissed in my face.
That's not a masturbation problem. That's a urination problem.
That's a
Shit,
stupidity
maybe that's what I
problem.
have. Dude, no, it's
Could
not.
also fix that. Whatever it is, it could have been fixed before we started this.
Well, no, because any kind of addiction takes a long time to get over.
To almost pissing on yourself?
That's not an addiction.
Well, is it a problem or
That's
is
a
it an addiction?
preference.
Oh. That's a part of the masturbation problem.
Yeah.
Well, that's what
I
November's
just
supposed to solve, my
I
dude.
just immediately after piss in my mouth.
You what?
Just immediately
What?
after masturbating, I piss in my mouth.
We are supposed to piss afterwards, so that's healthy.
Yeah.
That's good. It's fine.
Yeah.
Dude, I feel so dirty when I don't
What?
pee afterwards.
You feel
Yeah.
dirty if you don't?
Yeah. Like, I feel gross. I'm like, yo, my day's gonna
Well,
fall
dude,
off.
we can solve this. November's coming up. So
I know. I am scared.
we're gonna have to suffer through it. For
We
the
never
whole
came
month.
up with a penalty
That's
if you lose.
Yeah, that's a good question.
I got one.
The dick decapitation.
That's
idea
not
is
gonna
still
happen.
Yeah,
it's
no,
off the table.
that's a
Why?
little-
Because you know you're gonna lose. Is
That's
why.
a little
See, I'm
permanent.
keeping my dick for the whole month.
No. So you should do it every time you jack off. You put a tally down. At the end of the month, on October 31st or November 1st, we all get together, and that's how many shots you take of the hardest liquor we can find.
That just seems like fun.
Yeah.
Or death.
Well, it's a competition to see who can take the least amount.
But in that case, like, I wouldn't like one. The whole point is to go the whole month without
Yeah.
jerking off. If I jerk off once for the whole month, I'd be like, oh, okay,
No,
whatever.
it's not that bad.
I can
Just one
handle
shot.
one shot.
How
But
about
if it
this?
was 31 times
How about-
every day,
How about this? How about this? I don't know how this would happen. We'd have to have like a variable, so someone who jerks off every day of the month.
I
What do you mean?
volunteer as tribute.
Like one guy who jerks off every day of the month and fills like a jar or something.
You
And
want to
then-
drink that guy's cum?
No, listen.
You're not drinking my cum.
The person who loses, who jerks off, they have to drink the cum.
so this is like soggy biscuits.
A prolonged
Basically.
soggy biscuit.
So hang on. So it's the person. So whoever does it once at all has
Yeah.
to drink it.
Yep.
Okay.
Well,
I can tell you right now, I could spit in my hand and then shake on it with you, and I
I'm
still
stupid.
wouldn't.
I could jerk off every day of October, and I still wouldn't tell you.
I could sign my name in blood on written parchment saying that I would do it. I
You could
would.
hold
I
me
agree
at
to the
gunpoint.
terms of this arrangement, and I wouldn't do it.
You could hold me.
I
at
could
gunpoint.
sign a legal document
No.
saying that I am bound by the law to
You'd have
drink
to
said
hold me
semen.
down and take a funnel and then just shove that thing down.
That can be arranged.
Oh God, no!
Oh shit.
It's a waste of a funnel.
I don't know.
It's a
It's
waste
hard
of
coming up with like a good punishment.
What isn't a waste of cum?
You're right.
Anything other than procreating is technically a waste of cum.
I mean, even then it could be a waste of time.
that's true if you get like a retarded.
No, I
kid.
mean swallow.
I mean, not necessarily.
or if your
It's
kid's just a
protein.
disappointment his whole life.
If yeah, just a complete like
It's protein.
garbage.
It's less than a gram of
It's
protein
still
per
protein.
load. So,
So it's not a waste. It's still going to use.
What do you mean it's going to
unless
use?
if
It's
you're
going
eating
nowhere. It's doing nothing.
No, but I
in
mean,
the
if
bottom
you
of my
get
sock.
a blowgie,
a blowgie.
yeah, a good old blowgie,
Okay, maybe.
that person is getting protein.
Why blowgie?
They can take on the day now.
Why blowgie though?
What?
Just
Why?
right after
Oh, it was just
fucking
it was a play
workout.
on words.
Oh,
Blow job.
How
God,
is
I
that
want to
a
be so
play?
literal.
How is that a play on
Because
words?
it's a little blowgie.
It's not a
A
play
little
on, play on words.
Blow G. BLOWG.
A blowgie.
Okay.
You tell me you guys never had a blue jean?
I have had many blue jeans. Never
Yeah,
had
me
a.
too. I don't like
blowjob,
wearing
though.
them.
I
What?
love blue jeans. They're so comfy. Dude, I
Did
sleep
you just
in-
say you've had many blue jeans, but you've never had a blowjob?
Yeah. Never given a blowjob. I'll correct myself.
Yeah, I would hope not.
I almost did.
Oh,
We
I almost
know that
gave
story.
a blowjob.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, I do know
that's
that story.
No, please tell.
Oh, well,
Let me
this would be a
enlighten you.
fun one.
Let me face your direction.
I never told you this.
You never told me the time
This
about
is-
this
almost
is
giving a
great.
blowjob.
This is both, or it's dark as shit, but it's also kind
I
of
find
funny.
it
Why don't you
and
turn the light
extremely
on?
hilarious.
Huh?
Why didn't you just turn the light on?
What do you mean turn the light on?
You said it was dark.
Shut the fuck up. When I was a young lad, maybe
A
a young lass back when I was a woman, of about maybe like 5, I think, probably around 5. God, this is getting dark, but I can make it funny. Is my
I
aunt?
got a feeling we're gonna laugh either way.
Yeah.
I'm already laughing.
Yeah.
I know what
No,
happens.
my aunt had a stepson at the time, who we didn't know it at the time. Afterwards, we discovered he's a complete piece of garbage.
I think you have told me the story.
Yeah, and he, I was like 5 years old, and he had like been playing with me all day. We've been playing like tag, been playing just throwing the
Just
ball
having a
around.
grand old time.
Yeah, he's great. He's like, looked at, I was like, man, this adult's like playing tag and shit. Like, what a cool guy. this guy's all right. And then anyways, he's like, hey Corbin, come over. I need to talk to you. And so he brings me into my room, and he sits down in my bunk bed, and he just like fucking pulls out his cock, and he's like, hey, I want you to like start kissing it and then suck it. And I was like, yeah, nah, dude, I'm good. And then to sweeten the deal for me, he legitimately tells me, like, word for word, he goes, it tastes like a lollipop. And I was like, listen, dude, I'm 5 years old. I've seen many lollipops in my day, and that, good sir, is not a fucking
It's
lollipop.
not a lollipop.
Not like any lollipop I've ever seen.
Oh dear Christ.
Yeah. Afterwards, his dad beat the shit out of him and he went to prison. So,
That was sweet.
Yeah.
Got your just desserts.
Yeah.
Did you actually have?
Did
your
you say
lollipop?
just desserts?
Yeah.
Get it, lollipop. I don't think he actually went to prison for that. That was a different thing. It was a different matter.
What? The guy?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Didn't he go to prison for something else?
Oh no,
Like
he went to
did
prison, or he went to prison for 6 months, and then went to community service for 6 months because it was a
For
sexual
what,
misdemeanor.
for what he did to you?
Yeah, it was a sexual misdemeanor.
Really? He went to prison for that?
Yep.
Oh, no shit.
So everyone knows about it. Is what.
What do you mean everyone knows about it?
People like it wasn't just a thing that happened.
No, he
and
told
then
his mom,
also.
like,
Oh
right
no,
after.
well that was the thing. He wouldn't have gotten caught if my mom didn't, because I wasn't gonna tell anybody until I walked out of there, and my mom just so happened to be walking in at the same time, and he did not have enough time in that time frame to fucking pull up his pants. So all he could do was take his fucking.
You're walking
cowboy
out
boot.
smiling, your mom walks in, and he's got his pants pulled up.
She walks in and he's just got his cowboy boot shoved between his legs, sitting on the fucking bed. And she goes, hey, move the cowboy boot. And he goes, no. And then she asks him again, move the cowboy boot a little more seriously. And then he moves it because he's out of options now. And yeah, just sitting right there. So she walks over there and then picks up the cowboy boot, and keep in mind this is like a steel-toed cowboy boot.
Please, oh,
And then
please.
she beat the fuck out of him with it, just boom, 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 over and over again. She runs and gets me, and then asks me what happened. I of course told her everything at that point. And then she told his father, and then she told me after the fact that she has never in her life seen anyone get that angry before. So much so that she legitimately thought that he was going to kill his son. He threw him in the back seat of his car, and we don't know what happened after that, but they both came back with bruises. But he came back, the son came back with substantially more bruises than the father.
Fucking right.
And then I was brought to the police department to like answer some questions or whatever. And of course the first thing they asked me was what was I wearing, you know. No, they asked me a whole bunch of questions. I forget what most of them were, but apparently my word was good enough because he fucking went to prison. I guess they were like, there's really no reason for this 5-year-old to lie about this shit. This isn't some false rape accusation.
Wow. Corbin started Me Too before it was cool.
Yeah, shit.
Yeah.
Jesus.
God, when you told that to me the first time, I had no idea you went to prison for that.
What?
Like I thought.
Oh,
it was
I
a
think so.
different
What?
matter.
That I went to prison for.
No.
Oh no, he went to prison for that. Although to be honest, first off, I'm very lucky that I didn't suck
Yeah,
his dick.
you are very lucky.
Very
very,
lucky.
very lucky.
And he's very, very lucky that I didn't suck his dick as
Yeah.
well. Because if I did, he would have
died right there.
He would. Because the same series of events would have happened. My mom still would have walked in there. His dick would have still been just
In your
partially hidden. Yeah, or partially been hidden behind a cowboy boot. And then he would have been fucking. He would still be in prison to this day.
I think he'd
probably.
be dead.
Yeah.
I
or-
don't think your mom would take too kindly.
Oh yeah.
No, your
Well,
mom
no,
would
because she
tell
didn't
me.
know what happened when she walked in there. She just knew
Yeah,
that
but
he
if-
tried some shit, and then afterwards.
If she would have walked in and you're
Yeah.
giving the old loosey goosey,
oh, and the,
She's
just
gonna-
mid thrust.
I feel like she's gonna have. To be honest,
Mouth
when you
wide
said
open.
that she picked up the cowboy boot, I thought she was just gonna bring it down with his dick,
Oh,
like just
yeah, she
fucking
may very well
crush
have.
it.
Just, you will never use this thing again.
I was waiting for that. I was like, come on, do it.
You
do
will
it, do
never
it.
hurt another little boy with this anymore.
Just fucking deflate it like a balloon.
Wow.
Plaster that shit all over my fucking bed. Like,
Paint the walls red.
Oh no, that's terrible. We should have watched the debate before we did this.
what
Was the
debate?
debate today?
Yeah, presidential debate. The second presidential.
That was
Oh,
today?
Shit, that
It's
was
right now.
today.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Shit, I was gonna do a drinking competition with it.
Shit. You should have told me.
Oh yeah, y'all want to do that and then pause this for a
I
little?
gotta go on tomorrow.
Fuck.
I mean,
I'm leaving tonight.
I got some shit to do tomorrow, but we could do it whilst like playing the podcast, just giving our drunken commentary on this very important debate.
We can do it next week.
Hmm?
Oh, you want to watch it now?
Wait, it's
During-
going
Well, to be
on.
honest,
Yeah,
wasn't-
they recorded.
well, first off, oh yeah, I'd have to go get alcohol because I don't have anything.
Yeah.
But then also, I mean, I don't know. We could. Yeah, well, let's not. Because
Yeah.
the thing is, I was gonna do like every time like Trump attempts to debate the moderator, you take a shot.
Die, Corbin.
Every time Joe Biden struggles to get out a sentence, you take a shot.
You're gonna die, bro. I can't let you do this now.
You're gonna hurt yourself. Complete organ failure,
Think of all the
the
people
whole
you'll be leaving behind.
All the people you'd be leaving behind.
including all the organs you'd be leaving behind.
But
Will this be useless after that?
That is true.
speaking of prison, I had a very uncomfortable thing happen to me this week.
What?
So I'm leaving.
You went to prison.
Totally.
Yeah.
It was a misunderstanding.
Just recently
that's
escaped.
just escaped today, actually.
Right, misunderstanding. They should have let you out. That was a
He
mistake.
told him he has a podcast to record, so they're like,
They're
oh my
like,
god,
all
this
right,
is
we'll give you
fine.
24 hours.
24 hours. That's where you got to be tomorrow. Not
Yeah.
8 a.m.
No, I
class.
have
You're going back to prison.
Yeah.
Back to the old meat grinder.
They're gonna test me, so if I have alcohol in my system, it's
Ooh.
But
Oh, wait.
still, no.
They test you in ROTC for alcohol? Whenever you.
Let's talk about
I'm
prison.
talking about prison, you idiot.
Oh, hang on.
I showed up drunk last week. So no, I'm leaving one of my classes, and one of my classmates was like hanging with me, and we're talking a little bit, and we get on the subject of like 2020, and he's like, man, 2020 sucks. Like, and I don't really know this guy that well. Like, this is the first long conversation I've had with him. And he's talking about how 2020 has sucked for him or whatever, and I'm like, yeah, it's been kind of rough, but I mean, it's not, like, I didn't really know how to say, because, like, it's been a pretty bad year, but it's not the worst, it is the worst, but I don't know,
It's not the
I'm very
I
indifferent
mean,
about
if
it.
we're talking about if we're taking all of human history
I'm taking,
in comparison.
no, I wasn't, I was
Ah.
taking personal account,
Okay.
and he is too, I will get to that.
Mhm.
So in terms of personal account, like, I don't fuck with 2020, but, like, I'm not graveling over the fact that, like, yo, this fucking year sucks or whatever.
Yeah.
So whatever, I didn't really know what to say. And he was talking about, like, he had a nightmare last night about him, like, he thought he really went to jail or some shit, and I would just brush it off because I'm like, well, why are you telling me about your nightmares?
Not your
And
therapist,
two-
dude.
He was like, yeah, it was vivid. It was a vivid dream. Like, oh yeah, those can suck or whatever. Obviously, not really contributing to the conversation because I have no idea what the fuck to say.
Just actively listening.
Yeah. And out of nowhere, this guy says, or I finish saying like 2020 isn't that bad for me. And he's like, well, it is for me because in a month or two, I will find out if my life continues or ends. And at this point, I was like, yo, does he have some
Whoa.
kind of, like, disease or some shit? And I was like, Jesus Christ. Like, this literally, like, genuinely caught me off guard. I, like, stiffened up, and I'm like, oh my God,
Oh,
man.
shit.
And I, like, was stumbling with my words. And he's like, yeah, either in a few months I'll be going to prison and my life will end, or I'll just keep on living. And at that point, I was like, why are you telling me this?
Why? Hang on a second.
I'm like, so this man...
Do not involve me in
Yeah,
this.
I'm like, don't talk to me.
Wait, hang on. So has he been like?
My brain was so rattled that I literally was just like, well, Good luck with
So
that.
did he think like? Did he have some type of? Was he already like contacted by law enforcement for whatever it is?
Apparently, yes. Because he says in a few months, I will either be going to prison or
He's
What-
probably
what
been
do you do?
charged,
people
waiting
living
for
my
a
life.
conviction.
Yeah.
I mean, what he
Did he tell you what?
I
he
didn't
charged
ask him.
with? Do you know what his name is?
No.
probably shouldn't say his name on the podcast.
I don't know his name.
Well, no. I mean, like, if you have his name, you can look up.
I have his name.
Yeah, you can like look it up and
But,
probably find his arrest record.
I didn't ask because I did not want to be involved. The minute he said that he might be going to prison, I was like, no, I want to get out of this conversation
I
as
don't
fast
want
as
nothing to
possible.
do with you.
I don't
Have
want
a
to
good
talk to
day.
this guy. So yeah, literally it was like my brain was so rattled. It was like, how do we get out of here? How do we get out of here? I was just like, well, man, good luck with that. You have a nice rest of your day. And he was genuinely thankful that I said it. He's like, you know what, man? Thank you. He's like, you have a nice day too. He was genuinely like grateful that I said good luck with
I mean,
that.
what do you
so
think
that
that's-
scares me.
Yeah, that's not good.
That scares me.
He said-
because I'm like, what did I just tell this man good luck for?
He
I
said-
don't want to give him any luck.
He
Well,
said
not-
his life would be over if he went to prison. So that seems to imply this dude's going to be going away for a long time
Yeah.
if he gets caught.
Yeah.
So it must have been pretty bad.
Not only that, like you're saying, have a good day, and he's like, wow, thank you. That, what kind of shit has he been getting from people who know like the situation that he's like,
Like,
wow.
has his
Yeah.
own mother not been wishing him
Yeah,
luck?
like wow,
Like his-
someone actually wants me to succeed. Like, wow, this is great.
See, like in that child murder case, like almost everyone's been saying.
Everyone's saying I'm
I
a
should
dick.
look-
But this guy gets me.
Like his own mother didn't wish him luck in his case. His own lawyer's not on his side.
His own lawyer's trying to get a plea deal at this point.
His
He
public
knows
def-
it's over.
His fucking public defender, like bottom of the barrel of public defenders, just isn't even interested in the
His
case.
public defender read his file and sighed.
I got another one.
You're giving me an unwinnable battle here.
Ah, son of a bitch, I should have stayed in school.
That's interesting. I wonder if it'll like make the news or
I
whatever.
hope he doesn't talk to me again.
It'd be interesting if you could turn on the news channel one day and see.
God, dude.
So-and-so
And
was convicted
he's a
for-
little like,
Southeastern student.
he's not all there.
Yeah.
Well, I'd imagine not if he's waiting on a.
Like I knew, but I
Prison
knew something.
conviction.
I knew something was up before then because like he is not like the way he acts. It's fucking like he's kind of weird. I don't like judging people like on that.
Mhm.
But now that
I mean-
2020 vision,
I mean,
hindsight.
in what
He's,
way is he weird? Is he just like
he's-
kind of nerdy, or is he like
no. He's like off.
Oh, so like psychopath type
Yeah.
off. Oh,
Yikes.
is he like
some little thing happened in class and we all chuckled a little bit and he was losing his fucking mind laughing. Like spit was coming out of his mouth, just like dying
like
laughing.
the fucking Joker in that in the
Yeah,
movie?
it's, dude, I was like, all right, man, chill.
Yeah.
Oh,
It wasn't that funny, man.
goddamn. But I don't know, man.
That child murder joke wasn't that funny.
Some
I
people
did-
just lose their shit. Some people
I
have a
just-
really sensitive sense of humor.
No, but I don't know how to describe it.
When you put it
But he's
together
off.
with what you currently know, that he's possibly going to prison,
Yeah.
possibly not.
It's kind of disturbing. He
Yeah.
gives off a like you wouldn't want to be alone in a room with him, is what I'm trying to say.
Oh boy.
And I had to walk with this man.
Yeah.
Yikes. You had to walk with him? What were y'all doing?
No, I didn't have to, but you know, you're stuck. It's a social entrapment.
Yeah.
Oh god.
We were both walking the same way.
Mhm.
I was like, fuck.
He wants to talk to you.
He wanted to talk
Probably
to me.
one of the last
I did not start this conversation. Let me put that out there.
He
He
pieces
talked
of
to me.
human contact he's gonna
man,
have.
2020 just sucks. And he's like,
No, it started on something like that because we were in a group of people, and then they broke off because they were leaving, and I was walking to my class. I'm like, all right, we'll see you guys. I kept walking, and he walked up right next to me, and he's like, started talking to me.
Man, 2020 sucks, am I right?
It started with the nightmare thing,
Oh.
and then it went into 2020. He started with the nightmare.
Oh.
That's still an odd conversation.
Oh,
You
yeah,
can't
it
just
is.
bring that up with a
I was
total stranger.
uncomfortable the whole time.
Oh.
This is the first long conversation I've ever had with this man, and he is spilling his entire life story to me.
Oh. Must not get the.
Well,
Talking to me about his dreams like we're in a fucking committed relationship.
Like
I
I'm
was
his fucking
thought as they were
therapist.
walking past you. I was like, oh, they're cute.
No, I kept my distance.
Well,
Just like when he was yelling to no one. Oh, I have a nightmare. It's like every day. I thought I went to jail last night.
I think I'm going to prison.
waiting on a conviction next month.
But yeah, that fucking rattled me. That's probably why I failed my computer science test.
Just complaining on that.
Just thinking about that the
It
whole
just
time.
rattled me the whole time.
Oh shit. Losing sleep over it.
Now, he's having nightmares.
It happened yesterday.
Shit is contagious.
If you see him again, you should ask him
Nope.
if he
Do
sees,
not.
or
I'm all right.
rather, if he comes
I'm
up
good.
to you again.
I'm distancing myself as much as possible.
Completely
Thank you very
social
much.
distancing from this
Thank
dude.
you very much.
You remember that dude from our school who you were telling me about, who went to prison for raping his sister?
It was his cousin.
Oh,
it was
his
a
cousin.
Well, I don't remember exactly the relation.
I thought it
They
was
were related
his
in
adoptive
some-
sister, who was also a newborn.
Something like that. Yeah, they're related in some fashion, and it was a toddler.
Oh,
But yes,
yeah. That,
What the fuck?
I told you about this.
I don't remember it.
I'm sure I did. Whatever. But yeah, that was fucked.
yeah, that's like not cool, bro. Like,
and he is.
You don't
It's
do
not-
that
That's
shit.
totally not tubular.
He's like 2 or 3 years younger than us.
wow.
So, and this happened, I think, a year or two ago. It's recent. That guy,
Yeah.
and he himself was adopted. So his mother is like
wow.
not having a good time.
Yeah.
And his mom works at our school,
Yeah.
or the school we went to.
Did not know that.
Mm-hmm.
I'd imagine she'd catch some shit for that from some people.
Probably did.
Yeah.
Probably a few odd looks, or maybe just
Wait, what
sympathy.
happened? Because now I'm...
We just said it. He raped a toddler.
Where?
I don't know where.
I just know it happened. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember, I forget. I want to say I remember some shit about that, or people talking about that, but I thought it happened at a different school.
Man,
with
I've
different
said it
kids.
once and I'll say it again. I don't understand touching kids.
Never will.
Which is a good thing.
Yeah.
We are all thankful for that.
God, I just wish I could get inside their minds for a second.
No.
Really get down to the dirty.
Really understand.
Really understand where they're coming from.
You know what I realized? We didn't actually, like, when we started this podcast, we probably should have mentioned the fact that Connor's not here.
Oh yeah, there
Oh,
are
yeah.
only 3 of us today.
Yeah,
Connor's
in
not
case you didn't notice, Connor's not just...
Another thing that I would like to bring up. Last podcast we got on the whole pedophilia, raping kids thing. Maybe
Mhm.
not do that again.
Why?
Yeah.
We're just having a conversation.
I know, but it's like the same thing again.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Well, we're not going back into that.
we're
just
gonna
saying.
keep some variety in here. We're gonna keep on...
If anything, you're the one that linked it to yesterday with the whole "I'll say it
I was
once,
trying
I'll
to make
say
a
it
joke.
again."
Just a one-off, and then
We're gonna keep on going down that road.
Keep on chugging.
No. Connor should be here next time.
damn.
Oh, yeah.
Do I have any fucked up stories?
Probably not.
Probably.
We're not old.
What do you mean?
This man's almost been raped.
Oh,
He's the
well,
same
yeah.
age as me.
That's kind of different.
And you have the. I mean, it's not your story, but it's secondhand.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Have you ever almost died?
Yeah.
Ever almost been ass raped?
No.
No. Well, I haven't either, so you know.
You have almost been ass raped.
Almost getting orally
Yeah,
raped,
almost-
but you know.
almost face raped.
Hey man, escalation.
Although technically, I'm not even gonna. Never mind. I was gonna say because the whole way he was doing it was he was trying to manipulate me into doing it. So technically, it would have been consensual.
No. You see, that's why we have laws.
It's still illegal though because you're a child.
Yes.
You are not
Oh, no, yeah.
legally capable of consenting.
So it's
No,
yeah.
no, officer. He consented.
I specifically threatened him and emotionally abused him until he did it. So he agreed.
He agreed to do it.
I told him it tasted like a lollipop, and he said, "Yeah."
This ain't a lollipop.
He was all for it.
There are no sharks in this bathtub.
No, that's literally why we have those laws,
Yeah.
because children can be manipulated so easily,
Yeah.
and that is fucked in the head.
I wasn't.
You're good. You're almost fucked in the
This
head.
guy's like the worst car salesman I've ever seen.
He couldn't sell candy to a baby.
Look at this like slightly short and fat and hairy cock. You want to suck this?
A man could sell a homeless man.
I love how you still know the exact dimensions of said penis.
Huh?
I love it how you still know the exact dimensions of said
I
penis.
The exact dimension. He
I
just
remember
said
it-
fat and hairy. He didn't
No,
say
he said short,
exactly
fat, and
3.
hairy.
Although I
4
specifically
inches.
remember being a child, because by that point the only other penis I'd ever seen in my life was my own, and mine was memorably less hairy than his was, and that caught me off guard. I was
Like, whoa.
what the fuck is that shit? You got a full mullet down there. What the hell is that?
I think you should get that looked at, buddy.
I've never seen that much grease in one concentrated area.
I thought you were literally about to say, like, mine was significantly larger than his, and that caught me off guard.
It's like, shouldn't you be sucking mine? Like, what's going on here?
Now the question remains, would that have made you having a large penis, or him having a microscopic penis?
Would it?
Wait, what?
If yours was bigger than his was back then.
I mean, his would just have to be basically there would be a reason
think
why
it-
he'd only be going for children if it was that small, because he's clearly not catching any fish in any other department.
Hey,
I think it would. Then it just comes down to length. Because if he's got like a 6-inch and Corbin's 5-year-old ass is running around with an 80,
an 80.
like an
80.
8-inch,
Like rope, it's completely useless.
it's longer than your legs.
Like Indiana Jones out here.
He
Lots
doesn't
of
ever have to
shit.
walk. He can just tug on his dick and go around the house. It goes into every room. It's like a little zipline system.
That
Oh,
would be
shit.
that would be a disability.
Oh my god, you have to wrap it up like a hose while walking around.
You could wear it as a
Fucking
dress.
lasso.
Oh, that's terrible.
Do your
That's
balls
so
hang
terrible.
low? Do they go down to the floor? Can you tie him in a knot? Can you tie him in a bow?
That's good enough.
That's enough of that. Is that shit copyrighted? Because we still need an intro song.
Yes, I would imagine it is.
Damn.
We'll find something afterwards.
We need some royalty-free music.
There's
Spice this shit up.
thousands of royalty-free tracks. We will find something.
I'm thinking Beethoven's Fifth Symphony.
Is that coming?
I don't think so.
No, he's dead.
Well, yeah. Does Beethoven's descendants? Did he have descendants?
I would imagine so.
Because would they still be like earning some of that money?
I don't know if they're entitled to that. I don't know.
It depends
Seems
on
like they should.
if he
but-
puts it in his will, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Because I've heard of some of those like old royal families, like after they fucking lost all their power, they were basically just left with nothing. Like their fucking descendants are just working at bars and fucking restaurants and shit. While
Yeah.
before they were
It
ruling
tends
whole
to happen
kingdoms.
when you lose all your wealth. He just
Yeah.
died. He didn't lose it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I know Tolkien's kids are still getting money from his books, even though he's dead. So
Well, that wasn't that long ago, though.
that is true.
Beethoven
Beethoven died
was-
a hot minute ago.
Yeah, it was quite a long time ago.
I would imagine that the descendants get it as long as he put in his will.
They get what?
I imagine that his descendants would get it if he put it in his will that they receive his portion of the payments or whatever.
Oh yeah, this is fucking crazy. Oh shit, can't close my fridge apparently. The one of the grandsons of the 10th U.S. president has just died recently.
Mm-hmm.
John Tyler, I think, was the name of the president, who had living grandchildren.
Yeah.
So
Holy shit.
I've
Yeah.
never seen something about that.
yeah, his because he had a child when he was like well into his elderly years, and then that child had children well into his elderly years,
Right.
and so boom, grandchildren.
Yeah. That's crazy to think about. Because you think, like,
Growing up without a dad must be wild.
Like their grandfather literally.
I mean, you wouldn't exactly have to just ask that person. There's plenty of people around
Like
here you
their
could
grandfather literally grew up on
Yeah,
a
I know, but,
plantation. Like,
he died pretty quickly.
ask. Yeah. Copyright duration of composed music is the same as it is for books, paintings, or literary and artistic works, which is like 70 years. So
oh, okay.
everything's public domain.
So what was like hopping back 70 years ago?
70 years ago?
Yeah, get some like cool like 20s.
What was popping 70
What
years
was-
ago?
What were the young
Well,
young
70
kids listening back in the
70
day?
years ago was the 50s, so like Frank Sinatra should
Wait,
be
what?
public domain, right?
70 years ago?
It's the 50s, wasn't it?
Fly
Oh, yeah, it
me
would be, yeah.
to the moon.
Yeah, that
Oh,
should be
shit,
public
That'd be
domain,
good.
shouldn't it?
That'd be a good
Get some
one.
Frank Sinatra in there.
Yeah.
I did it my way.
Yeah, anyone know any
Alright.
other Sinatra songs?
No.
Besides those two?
Oh, he wrote one about coffee.
Of course you would know that.
Yeah. No, it was some fucking like. I'd have to look it up. It's not copyrighted, so we can play it.
Probably not. I don't think I know of any other Sinatra songs.
We've already established that all I listen to is metal. There's not much room for Frank Sinatra in there.
That wasn't. Yeah, not metal wasn't really a thing back
I-
pre-50s. So
Yeah, I'm sure it was. They had like train tracks and shit.
shut the fuck up.
There's metal back to
It
that.
was metal.
Okay, we have a goal.
You look at
now.
my playlist, it's just like sounds of metal hitting each other. Just ting,
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 ting.
ting.
Just
Alright, you can turn it off now.
Yeah.
I mean,
We can listen to this later.
Yeah, I don't know why you're playing it now.
Yeah,
That's
I've heard
great.
I've heard this.
so then you have heard more.
You can pause that there.
Probably. I just
I was
can't
jamming
remember.
out to that.
I can't remember any off the top of
Really,
my head.
earlier today, without mentioning, you're just jamming out to it.
Yes.
Just like, oh fuck, Frank
I would,
Sinatra.
yeah, just a full playlist of just Frank Sinatra.
As you chug gallons of coffee.
More than could fucking kill 10 men.
I did that with country music on the way here.
What,
I was
chug
like,
it?
Yeah, absolutely. I audibly chugged it.
Liquefy the lyrics.
Such a weird way of saying that you listen to music. I slurp that shit right up.
I audibly chugged it. Yeah. Now we have a goal now. We need to get the four of us together, learn an instrument, and then we're gonna create a metal cover of Frank Sinatra.
Oh shit, that might actually motivate.
Don't they have the exact opposite of that? Of someone transferring?
Yes, they do.
Yeah, metal
oh,
song.
what's his name? Richard Cheese?
Richard Cheese, yeah. That's what it
Richard
is.
Cheese, yeah.
That's some good shit.
Richard Cheese?
Uh-huh. I know we've shown him to you.
Cheese?
It might not
No,
be
Richard Cheese. No, it's Richard Cheese, or it's something cheese. I know that.
I'm pretty, I don't know.
But no, he
fucking-
takes
I know what
he
you're
takes
talking
like modern songs and turns
Yeah.
it into like 20s music.
Yeah.
What you're talking about.
What's that, I think it's a Miley Cyrus song. And then he fucking sings
Wrecking
it.
Ball.
No, he sings it like Sinatra. He's like, my neck, my back.
That's not Miley Cyrus.
I don't know who it is. I just said I think it is.
Isn't that like Cupcake or something?
I have no idea.
I'm not in with the new songs.
It's got all kinds of like a classical band behind it and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, Richard Cheese.
Hmm.
Fucking funny as hell.
Yeah.
Down with the sickness, gin and juice, baby got back. That's
Get
what it is.
down
Yeah.
with the city.
No,
Chop
maybe not
suey.
back is not that.
Oh, it's called My Neck, My Back.
Yeah. I thought it was Deep Throat
Mm-mm.
by Cupcake.
No.
Are those not the same song?
No.
No.
Oh, no, they're not.
He did Girls, Girls, Girls. That's
Cupcake just made the one song, and it was so bad that everyone knew about it, and then that was about it. That was her one little, brief little moment with stardom.
Wow.
It's your time to shine, baby.
See, that's what you gotta do. You, like, a lot of these people just make just absolutely garbage songs, and then, like, that's how they become famous. Like, just with
For being
stupid
terrible?
shit. Yeah, for being terrible. It's like those fucking, I can't think of it. Like,
Every TikToker.
No Cock Like Horse Socks. Horse Socks.
Horse cocks like horse socks.
Yeah, that song. The
That's
only
actually
That
reason-
song
good,
is
though.
good.
That's
It's
good.
not good.
It
I
is
love that
good.
song.
Okay, it just makes me mad that like you got all these like young musicians who are like really trying to like
This
get up with this
motherfucker.
world, and you have this asshole who just makes a song about horse cocks, or Cupcake making a song about
Well,
deep
that's
throating.
because you've never heard that shit before. Everyone else trying to make it, well, at least in some instances, it's pretty much like formulaic. Like
Yeah.
it's just a different sound, but the same kind of things being sung about.
And we're a generation built on memes. So
Yeah.
for you to think that would not skyrocket, you're out of your fucking
but
mind.
Yeah.
You gotta read the memes
Yeah.
in order to become famous.
You gotta read the room.
That horse cock thing was
Know
revolutionary.
your audience.
Yeah.
It kind of was for us. We started playing that shit a lot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Listen to a lot of those songs.
There was a period where I was just playing around you guys for no fucking reason.
Mm-hmm.
Although I will say the Irish drinking song is pretty good.
It is pretty funny.
It is dumb, but it's pretty good.
Fucking on the way to Tennessee, Sarah had a dude who made like country songs that were like horsecock.
Really?
It was that kind
Oh,
of.
hang on. Was it
I don't remember his name, but she was playing him on the way there, and I was losing my fucking shit in the car.
Yeah.
So fucking funny.
And it's strange to think of her making that playlist.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You thought, dude. Yeah.
And she recommended that shit for you to play?
She was playing it off her phone. I was not ready for that.
Wow.
She was like, no, pass it to me. I'm like, all right, what you got? And then she
I'm
started
picking the
playing that,
tunes.
and I was losing
I
it.
got the tunes.
It was so funny.
Dude, honestly, I don't know.
I
I feel
ask
like
her about that when she gets
next
home,
time
too.
we go on a big trip like that, we're gonna need somebody in the car who's like specifically there just to make new playlists. Because like when I was driving up there with Brian and Patrick, like we easily shuffled through all of my main playlists pretty fucking quickly, relatively speaking.
Well, I made
And then-
playlists beforehand to cater to Sarah and Ryan's music taste.
Oh,
So my ride went pretty smoothly.
you what?
My ride went pretty smoothly.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, like my music,
Definitely
they
said
liked it.
smoothie
So
first time.
I meant smoothly. My ride was pretty smoothly.
It's kinda
pretty
right.
smoothie, my dude.
Pretty smoothly.
Trying to make up new slang.
Straight smoothie, dude.
Straight smoothie, my dude.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Mm.
We still haven't come up with a penalty.
Oh yeah.
We'll figure it the
That's
fuck out.
that's the thing. It's like tough to find a good penalty that's like not so bad that it's like life endangering, like just destroying your penis, or like just something that's just so minuscule that like you won't give a shit. Cause like
How about this?
maybe we could shame you, but you won't feel shame.
If
so.
you,
No, he would.
I
If
feel
we
no
stripped him
shame.
naked and whipped him, he'd be ashamed.
I feel no shame.
Probably be more angry than ashamed.
Yeah, I'll get a little wrecked too.
Yeah.
If you jerk off, we get shirts made that say "I kill kids." And you have to wear it for the entire month of December,
Holy shit! Why December?
every day.
Well, because
And that is the only shirt you. Well, it's the next month, so
You have to get a bunch of them. You just can't wear the same shirt every day.
yeah.
or
It's
you could
disgusting.
you could
You
just
can
wear
wash
like
it every night.
or like those dunce caps.
He sleeps with no shirt on, so it's fine with him.
That's true.
You know those dunce caps that say like "I'm stupid." You put like "I
Actually,
lost
dunce
no
caps say
November."
dunce. That's why they call them dunce caps.
Whatever. same concept.
Oh, stupid.
Dunce. You put "I lost no nut November" on there, and you have to wear that every day.
I cummed it.
I-
Just
I farted and shitted and caved.
shit in a cave.
I have failed.
I failed.
Yeah.
Oh.
Remember,
Okay.
have you ever been to
I tore the
Dick's
skin
Last
off my
Resort?
dick.
Huh?
Have you ever been to Dick's Last Resort?
Yeah, I love that
Yeah.
place.
When I went there, they did they make hats for y'all
Mhm.
afterwards? Yeah, well they made one for my family when I was there, and the one they made for me was the person like drew their hand on the hat, and they put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the hands, and then underneath it said 5 reasons why there's not enough lotion in the house. Anyways, I of course didn't fucking wear that shit. Well, my little sister, who at the time was like 7 or whatever, she put it on without like my family seeing her, and then went over to the window wearing that hat. And then was just staring at people walking by the street, and just people like looking at this 7-year-old girl sitting out like from the window and seeing her with that hat on.
That's
Oh my god.
I think one of my favorite ones that got put on someone's head. I went with band on the band trips. I think this was Gabe's. His said wind tunnel. First fucking
Oh.
head.
Would.
Yeah.
Why does that fit?
That's funny as fuck.
Yeah. God, I would love to work there.
Oh,
Hate having to give good service at restaurants.
Isn't that the place where they like throw?
They insult
They
you.
throw shit at you.
no, they
No.
just insult you.
They just talk shit about you.
Oh yeah, it's great. I fucking love it.
Yeah.
Sounds horrific.
It's awesome.
It's
They
funny
had-
as hell.
They had one in Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted us to go, but I don't think anyone else wanted to go.
I think it's in the one I went to was in Nashville.
The one
So-
I went to was in Florida.
Yeah.
Because it was at Disney
Because
World.
I don't think we were anywhere near Nashville when we were there.
Well, no, they got them all over. It's a chain restaurant. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure it's a chain restaurant.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Because I don't see that kind of restaurant like not thriving, or I don't see it thriving outside of the big city. But I don't know. Maybe it just depends on the place. There's certain place I could see that working in Pigeon Forge.
I
don't know
don't
why I
know, a
wouldn't see
small
one out
town,
there.
everybody knows each other.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it'd be pretty funny.
You fucking know fucking
You know
Daisy
the
the
absolute
waitress.
darkest secrets of everyone there.
Just fucking brutally berate them.
I feel like it wouldn't do as well in smaller communities like that because they don't take a joke very well.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Uh,
As
It's
a
like
small
you-
town, it'd be horrific because one, yeah, it's a close knit community. Everyone knows each other, so you know all the dirt.
The fucking
Well-
waitress is your ex-girlfriend.
Yeah.
And she gets your table.
Oh,
Like,
fuck.
Oh, hi, Steven. It's been a while.
Some bitch.
How's your gonorrhea doing?
Oh shit.
Is your dick just as small
Your
as
new
it was
girlfriend's
last
there.
time?
You're out on a fucking date.
Oh,
How's the gonorrhea, Steven?
How's the gonorrhea? Wow.
I could smell your stink when you walked in here.
Oh no. Jesus.
There's tampons in the men's bathroom if you need them.
Did you remember to change your diaper before you came in here? Oh, it's terrible.
Oh god, there would be so many fist fights.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, well, maybe. I don't know. I feel like that'd be a funny thing, getting a fight over.
Yeah.
You go to an insult restaurant and then they insult you and you get mad about it.
I mean like a small knit community. I
What?
feel like it would, because you definitely have biases after walking out of there,
Yeah.
especially if they hit you, making it personal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
You're
Yeah.
like, all right, motherfucker, we'll see what your tires do Monday morning.
I know where you fucking live, asshole.
Let's see if you like your fucking mailbox bent over sideways.
Wow.
You live on 47th Avenue. I know where you live.
You ain't got no security cameras, bitch.
Oh man.
The murder rate would go up.
Yeah. I would still want to work there. Although then again, like I don't know, I'm not like the best at coming up with like good like witty insults like right on the fly. So like
No, you're not bad at it.
Yeah. I guess I'm not the worst. But I mean, if you get in there and you got like this fucking like this fucking like professional roaster walks in there and he's like trying to like just fucking go back and forth at it, like at some point, like what if the customer just starts more so berating the server than the other way around?
You're fired.
Yeah. You have failed us, Stevie.
That guy gets your job.
Yeah, they hire him.
Well, you know, we are hiring, you know that, right?
I'd love to see that guy. You've ever seen that guy that goes around conventions? His name is like something the clown, and he just goes around like accurately insulting people.
I don't
No.
think so. Although, have you seen there's this guy on YouTube, I think he ended up getting arrested for it, but it's this dude, and he's just fucking walking around his city, and he's honestly like a colossal asshole, but he got a lot of views for it, but he was just basically going up to people, random people, and just talking shit about them to their faces.
And he got arrested for that?
Well, I think, yeah, it was like public harassment, because he was like following them too, and they
Okay.
continued to be a piece of shit. And he was like, he fucking sat down, he walked into like some classy ass restaurant, and then sat down at the table, and it was like some VIP table, and they're like, hey, what are you doing here? And he immediately just out the gate insulting their hairline and just shit like that.
Wow, just tearing into him.
Yeah, and I think he got in trouble for it. And also, like, it was clear that the guy had some kind of a mental problem. Like, you just don't do that. Like,
Explains why the internet took so kindly to him.
yeah, that's where his community he would thrive in.
Yeah. Kind of need to be a little fucked up to make it on the internet.
For
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, or what if you're in like one of those restaurants and then they like, I don't know, like you start insulting them, but then they start hitting you back with just some like legitimately insulting shit, like insulting your mother, like insulting just your whole entire life's work.
Wow.
I mean, to be honest, it wouldn't be that hard. Like, if you're a neurosurgeon or whatever, and you go in there and then they immediately start insulting you, you can just bring up the fact that they're working at Dick's Last Resort. So,
What are you doing with your life?
what are you doing here? Are you really enjoying
I fix people's brains.
I fix people's brains.
You are currently refilling my drink. Shut the fuck up with your insults.
I'm pretty sure they can just like refuse you service
Yeah,
if you get butthurt about it.
yeah, but I mean, if you're
That's
just
not
like,
butter, that's just
you're kind of just playing
outmatching the
along.
fucking server.
You're beating them at their own game.
That's true. Yes.
Yeah.
They're the ones getting butthurt.
Fair enough. That would still be funny though.
Then again, I can't talk. Whenever you just cross a line where it's like it's all just fun and games, just like little teasing jokes, but now you're just like legitimately trying to hurt this person mentally, like psychological warfare from the table.
You look at your way like, ha ha ha, look at that high-waisted man. He's got feminine hips. He just starts crying.
Look at that fat Sally coming back in to refill my beer.
Surprised you made it all the way to the table, fat Sally.
How you know the server? Hope my food will actually make it to the table.
By the time you get here, it'll be fucking cold.
So
Oh shit.
That's why your mama's a bitch.
that's why your mom's a bitch. sorry. I don't want to say it. I just imagined a server in a wheelchair. When you said it's gonna be cold that time. That was Carl just went.
You deserved it.
Just drilled the wall of my head.
Good job.
Oh my god.
You wouldn't need to order vegetables. You got one serving you.
That's not what that means.
I know, but it was funny.
Oh my god.
Oh man, take your order.
Stephen Hawking working dicks.
How do you want your eggs? Oh
The
fuck.
planet is dying. You want a refill?
Battery, low. Battery, low.
I'm not dead. Just change my fucking battery. You think the government assassinated Stephen Hawking?
Yeah, they probably sent an antivirus to his chair.
Malware.
Malware.
No, I think he was on the verge of proving that we were living in the Matrix. And then our computer engineer overlords were like,
Control
we
Alt
can't
Delete.
allow this.
Fucking uploaded 300 terabytes of Shrek porn to his laptop at once.
It just crashed.
Fried his whole system. Holy shit, that's horrible. We're fucked up.
Oh shit.
That's a lot of Shrek porn.
That is a lot of Shrek porn.
Turning his hardware into fucking goo.
He's traveling at the speed of light.
Right to the afterlife.
Yeah. Whatever. That guy was depressing anyway.
Fuck him.
It's okay for us to make jokes about people with diseases and
sad.
horrible disabilities because they make us uncomfortable and we don't want to be like that.
Alright, well don't lump me into your fucking eyes.
Do you remember that time back in high school when you got like yelled at by the psychology teacher for making a dark joke? Do you not remember that?
No, I don't. What the fuck?
For some reason, I distinctly remember that.
I
Although
vaguely remember that.
it was some documentary about some kid who was dying.
Yeah, you said
And then
something and
obviously, you made a fucked up joke.
yeah, we lost our shit and then the teacher got on to you about it, I think.
She said something like that wasn't funny or whatever.
Oh
Even
man,
though it probably
why do I
was.
not remember
We were
this? This
watching
sucks.
a video or something.
Oh, what the fuck?
I
I
don't
want to
know.
remember this now.
I remember
I wasn't
we talked-
even there because I was moved across the room because we were fucking around too much.
Was that after you got moved?
Yeah, in fact, I was at the time I was so happy I got moved. At least in that moment,
Man, fuck
because
you.
of the fact that y'all both got chewed out, and I think she sort of lumped you in with him, even though I think you made the joke.
Yeah.
But
Fuck.
I was like,
man.
because I know
was
I
a-
would have been laughing too if I was over
Yeah, I was a
there.
piece of shit in high school, man.
Was.
Yeah, I've dialed it down quite a bit. There was a period in high school where I was just fucked.
I specifically remember when we met freshman year, that was almost the exclusive type of humor we had, was
Yeah.
just dark jokes.
Dude, the first time I met you, I didn't even know you, and I roasted your ass out of the gate,
I
and
think
that's
I
how we
remember
became friends. I met you at lunch. We said hey to each other because it was kind of a group thing, and we are just all like, "Oh, what's up? This new guy's here." And then that next class, you were in there, and I'm like, "Oh shit, just
You.
saw you." And you're like, "Yeah," and then I just like immediately like fucking like roasting your fucking hairline or acne.
Yeah,
And
I
then
mean,
you were laughing about it.
I'd hope you didn't bring up the acne because you had the same problems.
Yeah, but mine was not as bad as yours.
Mine was significantly worse
No.
throughout most of high school.
I doubt it was the
Looking like
acne
a
because I didn't
smallpox
make fun
victim.
of.
Yeah, that's what you usually say.
Yeah.
This shit's hilarious.
I doubt it was the acne because I didn't make fun of people for that because I had it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you can only make fun of them afterwards.
Yeah.
Now you can be like, "Whoa, look, it's a hot and ready pizza walking by."
Oh, check it out.
I'm ready pizza. It's so weird.
Pizza.
It's so weird because back then I wasn't sure that you knew.
Oh, how
That
bad
you
it was.
looked like
Oh,
that.
I knew full damn well.
I
how
was
bad
just
it
like,
was.
I want to tell him so
I'm
bad.
so pissed you guys brought that up because now it's rattling my brain. I want to know the joke
Yeah, no,
because it was
no,
probably fucking hilarious.
What about acne?
No,
No,
about
no,
being
no.
chewed
During
out.
the video in
Oh,
psychology.
I don't even know what the joke was because I wasn't over there, but I knew it was.
Dude, she hated me, bro.
Yeah.
Yo, fucking after that year, I think it was the beginning of next. It was the beginning of the beginning of this year because we took that junior year,
Yeah.
that class junior year. So the beginning of this past year, I was getting my schedule flipped around because all kinds of shit was fucked up, and I saw her in the hall, and I said hey to her, and she said, "Oh, hey, John." And she like remembered me, I guess, like you do.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, "I'm gonna be taking your class again this year." And she's like, "Oh no."
Oh, please don't.
I don't like people retake your class, and I'm like,
Damn.
wow, that's funny because I distinctly remember people
She
being
had a
in our
lot of
class
people
that had taken
who
it
retook it.
last year,
Yep.
and she referenced it constantly. She was like, "Yeah, y'all remember last year when we
She
did this?"
spread a bunch of shit about us.
Really?
Yep.
About you.
Like what?
Like she was asking, not spread things, but she was asking teachers on how to handle our situation. Because we would
What situation?
after she
What
she
was
got
so
onto
unique
us,
about us?
No, after she got on us for talking, we were whispering. Even though everyone else was allowed to fucking talk, but she would always get on our asses for talking, so we started whispering. Do you remember that?
Dude,
Yeah.
she
Like, just
specifically
sit-
would get on me. Like,
And she started talking to teachers. She's like, I don't know what they're whispering.
That's the whole point.
Yeah.
You got onto us
You
for being
didn't
too
want us
loud.
fucking talking, so we started whispering.
Yeah, we got quieter. So
She
you
was
wouldn't
like,
draw
she
your
had it
attention.
in her mind that we were whispering some fucking malevolent shit. She was like, I don't know, like, because I don't know what
They're
they're
talking
saying,
about
so
it.
it could be bad, but it couldn't be. I'm like, bitch, shut the fuck up. She moved us right next to our desk and did not, right next to her desk,
Mhm.
didn't want us talking. Everyone else was talking, so we'd whisper.
Hmm.
And she was still getting on our asses for that. I fucking hated her. Like, she was the worst fucking teacher.
She was fun.
I didn't mind her, but I did notice she got on me a lot for
I
talking.
didn't
even
like
though
it for
we
that
were all
reason. I
talking.
hate being unfair and, like,
She-
singling people out.
Yeah,
That
she
was
definitely targeted us. I think it was
Yeah.
just because we got on her bad side early on.
Yeah.
But,
I don't see how.
Whatever.
Like, what do we really do?
And again,
we
she
were
was
just
dealing.
ourselves, and those classrooms are kind of catered toward more, like, I don't want to say like feminine, but like that kind of way of thinking, like stand still, like be quiet. It's more. I think like I don't know. I read a study that said like girls have a tendency to do that more.
Well, that's
and, like,
education in general.
That's what I mean though. And then guys are like kind of punished for being loud, obnoxious, just guys in classrooms.
Yeah,
I think that's just what it was.
I suppose.
I know.
Because a lot of teachers.
We also
hold that
had
belief.
her. She had to deal with us more because we also had her for sociology.
Yeah.
So it was 2 hours.
I had her
of
back
us.
to back. Everyone else would leave, and I was just sitting
Oh.
there, just chilling.
I
Yeah.
remember that.
Although, didn't we have her? Were we both in sociology with each other for both semesters?
I think so.
Y'all were in it for one semester, and then the other semester.
I thought we all had psychology together, and then it was me and Corbin in sociology.
We all had psychology, and y'all were both in sociology.
Yeah.
And y'all had the same hours for both one semester, and then the same psychology, or no, maybe it was the same sociology hour, and then a different psychology
Yeah, we had
hour.
different psychology.
Because me and you were always in the same
Yeah.
class.
Dude, that
You guys
sociology
were-
class was fucking hilarious. Watching these people like argue with the teacher
Oh,
about
yeah.
like, cause they'd always bring up like political shit.
It was
It's like usually like feminism shit, and I think, to be honest, that was all I remember was the feminism shit they brought up. But it was fucking hilarious watching these two groups argue when neither side knew what the fuck they were talking about. So they're just flinging shit at each
Yeah.
other basically.
I do
Specifically,
remember-
just the teacher versus the students. Was
I
just
remember one
priceless.
time she brought up Tupac, and she started like preaching about how he was great, and I was just like, I don't like Tupac, and she was like, what? I was like, I didn't say anything.
I didn't say
And she's like,
anything.
oh, and she kept talking, like, he sucks. Yeah, on the tip of my tongue, I almost was like, I'm glad he's dead. That would have fucking sent her off the rails.
That would have stopped the class
Oh,
dead in its
shit.
tracks.
Jesus.
Just
Everybody would have looked at you.
Oh shit.
God, if I just didn't give a shit a little bit more.
Just slightly less restraint.
Just slightly less.
It's one thing to say you don't like his music, and then another to say you are glad that he is no longer breathing.
Or do you remember senior year when we made like me and you? I think we made like it was right after Kobe Bryant died in the
Oh yeah.
and it wasn't even like that like harsh of a joke. It's not like we're like it was that bad. I don't even know what the joke was, to be honest. I just remember it was
We were just saying Kobe.
yeah.
Kobe.
It was something. It was very benign. I would have waited at least a few more days to start getting to the real deep
Yeah,
shit.
of course.
And the girl from the complete opposite end of the class was like, he just died, right? I was like, yeah, that's why we're making the joke.
Like, that's what makes it funny.
Yeah. It's called comedy, sweetheart.
And I get like wait.
I think we might have been like something along the lines of the wind was like Kobe or the fucking storm was like Kobe.
Yeah.
That's. Did they name a hurricane Kobe?
No, it was because he crashed during like a storm or some shit.
No,
It wasn't. It was a helicopter accident. It
Yeah, I
wasn't a
know,
storm.
but wasn't the weather bad?
It was
The
bad
was
weather,
poor.
and the pilot. Well, I don't know what was up with the pilot. I just heard he wasn't. I don't know enough about it to like. Comment.
No, I remember what we said. We said that the helicopter was flying and the pilot jumped out and yelled Kobe.
Holy
That's
shit.
that's what got her going. That's what
That-
made her.
that is fucking
That grinded her
hilarious.
gears.
And she didn't say, you know, he just died. She said, you know, his daughter was on the helicopter too. And I think I was like, yeah, I don't care.
And we didn't even talk to her at all. She was on
No.
the complete opposite end
She
of the
just
class.
added her 2 cents, which was why I said the things I said, because she was mad for no reason. And I'm like, all right, I'll give you a reason. Because that's
I'll
just
justify
how I
your anger.
was.
Well, I mean, it's like you don't really like what are you gonna accomplish
Yeah.
by saying anything? Because you're not gonna make me.
You
laugh.
honestly believe
I'm
that
not gonna unlaugh this joke.
Yeah.
Like,
And you think I mean what I say? Like, I don't think, I think it's horrible what happened.
Yeah.
But that's not
Well, I mean, like
funny.
dark humor.
You want me to be real? It sucks the guy died. It sucks his daughter was on the helicopter. They were flying to a game for his daughter. It was going to be a great thing, and it sucks that he died. It's not funny. It's sad.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing with like dark
Nobody
humor
wants
is
to
that like
fucking be sad. So
it-
let's make a joke.
it gives you like a way of like laughing at fucked up shit. In
Yeah.
a way
And it's how it's how to avoid being sad. And let me make a joke out of this so that I'm not always depressed.
And I mean, like, if you think about it, like, most of the, like, really funny jokes and, like, really funny forms of
fucked
humor
up.
are typically dark humor.
Yeah.
At least
Yeah,
in
that's the
some way.
whole like thing. That's the whole purpose of comedy.
It's
Is to
supposed
like,
to be shocking.
not really. It's supposed to like bring you into a place that you're uncomfortable with, and then make you laugh in that place, so that it's like
Yeah,
it
yeah.
eases the tension. So like you can talk about
Mhm.
more controversial or taboo topics.
Yeah. And I get, like, you should, like, exercise a bit of, like, I don't know, restraint, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, you don't want to just go full blown, like,
What if
after,
his
like,
wife
some
was
type
cheating
of.
on him when he crashed.
Yeah. Or, like, just some kind of, like, immediately after a tragedy. Like, did you see, there
Damn,
was
he took the
there was a
kids.
video of and it's
He took one of them.
no, I forget what it was, but it was like right after 9/11. It was a fucking video of a comedian at like some comedy bar or whatever. And he was making jokes, and I forget what the joke was he made, and it was like right after 9/11 too. Like this dude couldn't read a room
Minutes after.
as it was happening, and he said he made the joke. And then, like, literally, like, the entire crowd was just astonished, just completely sucked the air out of the room. And he tried to, like, pull himself out of it. He's like, oh, man, a tough crowd, huh? Tougher than the buildings.
That's funny because half of them in there probably lost someone in that
Yeah.
incident.
But then, like, nowadays, like, not a day goes by. That's an exaggeration. Not a week goes by.
Not a day goes by that I don't hear a
I
joke
don't
about
see a
9/11.
9/11 memes. Like, it's like a fucking, like, there's a whole, like, it's like a pillar of the internet. It's towering over the internet, you could
To
say.
be honest, the only time it's ever really, I guess, respected is on 9/11, the memorial for it. That's
Yeah.
when everyone's like, all right, guys, it's serious.
I
Guys,
completely
chill
forgot
for a
about it
second.
last year.
What, the 9/11?
9/11. The day passed, and I was like, oh, yesterday was 9/11.
Oh, shit.
What do you know? The thing about that, a comedian named Anthony Jeselnik, y'all ever heard of him?
Yeah.
He had a bit about that on one of the specials, and he was saying, like, he always judges the severity of a disaster by how quickly after that he, masturbates after the tragedy. And for 9/11, it was in between the towers going down.
Jesus, fuck.
Where were you when you learned of the towers falling?
My bathroom, beating it. Watching the news.
Oh, shit.
Oh, and then the comedian had a joke. He was like, imagine, like, yeah, that was a terrible thing that happened, like when the towers got hit or whatever. But I'd imagine it's a lot worse for people in the second tower than it was in the first. Because, yeah, you're sitting in the tower, you're looking across the street to the next tower, and you're like, wow, that sucks. But at the same time, you're like, whew, dodged a bullet.
That could have been me.
And then, you know.
It is me. What I don't get
Alright.
is why were people jumping from the tower?
What do you mean? Well, I mean, it was between burning to death and then falling to your death. I think falling to your death is
Oh,
better.
yeah.
Yeah, one's quicker than the other.
Yeah. I guess I didn't put the fire into account.
It is interesting seeing like some of the reactions to it though, because like a lot of people were like, "Man, what a like when the first one hit, they were like, man, what a fucking terrible pilot."
Yeah, what a shitty ass pilot.
Where did
How did
this
he get
guy-
his license?
Where'd you go to flight school, pal? And then the second one hits, and they're like, it's kind of hard to say. But it was just two just abysmally terrible pilots.
Imagine that's your first reaction to a tragedy like that. Even if
Wow,
it wasn't a
that
terrorist
sucks.
attack, is that your first reaction? Plane filled with 200 plus people smashes into a tower filled with thousands of people. Man, that was a really shitty pilot. Oh, people are dying.
Oh, yeah, I mean,
The dying part is second
That's
to
an
a shitty pilot.
That's an afterthought.
like, man, I could fly that plane
Yeah,
better.
fuck, I would have missed the tower. It's right there. It's big. Like how did you see it?
Like, dude, turn
Yeah,
to
just
turn the
fucking
wheel,
move,
turn.
move.
Imagine like you trying to like berate the pilot, like you would have had to been doing that on purpose.
There's no way you did that on accident.
Like you have to
Fess up. He's
You
just
have to
speaking
try to
Arab
be that
gibberish.
stupid.
I don't like Mark.
Like you have to
Yo.
put an effort to be that stupid.
Did the Taliban win?
What do you mean?
Win what?
I mean,
Win the lottery?
no. The
Like, win
overall,
what?
like, what they set out to do.
Well, to be honest, I'm not even familiar with their motives.
Not
I do
either.
know that they were gonna have.
It was
they were gonna
about,
have-
like, kind of bringing down Western capitalism, which obviously
Well,
not.
then they did not
But,
succeed.
Like, a secondary action, because, like, we got TSA now, and that shit sucks.
Yeah.
We didn't have that.
Oh, you mean like did they like achieve what they set out to do in like and it was
Just make,
Al-
just
it was
make
Al-Qaeda.
Americans, just make Western civilization's lives a little bit
Well, it
harder.
was Al Qaeda that hit us in the towers, not the Taliban.
Oh, Al Qaeda.
Yeah.
There's
But
something.
They're not.
You know,
No.
I don't know. Well, I mean,
was
the-
Taliban before Al Qaeda or really?
yeah. I mean, we weren't allies with the Taliban. We kind of were. We were giving
We
them
sold them weapons to fight
Didn't
the
they
communists.
become the Al Qaeda?
They
I
were
don't know.
no.
I thought they became Al Qaeda.
I don't. I think they were. They may have been affiliated with them, but I don't think they were actually like the same.
They're
thing.
all the same over there.
Completely simplify all
No.
Middle Eastern politics. But no.
What happened? To
I mean-
the Taliban?
The Taliban and Al Qaeda pretty much like disowned ISIS. They're like, yo, we're
Yeah.
not with these guys.
Yeah, I don't know who the fuck these
I
are.
don't know who this fucking retard is. He doesn't speak for me.
Yeah.
Held control of.
But that
most
is a
of the
good question.
country.
Though, if they like accomplish what they set out to do with, crashing the planes in the building.
Yeah.
'Cause, I mean, I don't know, because
We overthrew the Taliban shortly after 9/11, so I think it was the Taliban that attacked us.
I'm pretty sure it's Al Qaeda.
Well, it says following the September 11th attacks on the Taliban wiki.
Taliban wiki.
Yeah, Wikipedia page for Taliban.
Well, I know Bin Laden was the leader of Al Qaeda.
Stone Cold Steve Austin, his ass.
Did 9/11?
Who did 9/11? Bush.
Okay, no, it was Al Qaeda. I'm very confused. Then it might be the same thing,
No,
I feel like
although I don't know what their
or maybe
views
that
are
was just a
because-
separate event.
Yeah,
just
I
kind
feel like we're fighting
timelineed by 9/11.
I mean,
I feel like
don't-
we were fighting the Taliban. Al Qaeda struck, and so we're like, fuck this. We need to fight Al Qaeda. So we just
Well, we ended up
ass
fighting a
rammed
lot of
Taliban.
people besides Al Qaeda when that war started because we were like, well, they're allied with Al Qaeda and they're hiding Al Qaeda and shit like that. So,
It was shortly after that though, because it was in the same year.
no. Yeah, I mean, they didn't. None of those groups really liked
when
us
did we
that
kill
much.
Osama bin Laden? That was like
I think it was 2010. I remember.
Really?
9 years later.
Oh yeah, it was the Obama administration.
Yeah, I remember when it happened. My bus driver told me.
Wait, really? It was
It
Obama.
was Obama. Obama killed Osama.
Which,
Obama
looking
killed
back,
Osama.
it was almost kind of odd because, like, I remember the day it happened, or I remember when I found out about it. Was I was leaving the bus with my little sister.
Ladies and
And
gentlemen, I got him.
Yeah. No, my bus driver told me. He just like, and at the time I was like, I must have been like 9, maybe 8 or 9, and he told me, and I was like, that's such a weird thing to just randomly
Hey,
tell
kid.
a 9-year-old. We killed the leader of a terrorist organization.
A world terrorist is dead now.
The
Go
man
home
who
and
did
rejoice,
9/11. Like, was he telling that to every single kid who got off the bus? Like, he was excited too.
Tell
And
the
at the time-
masses tonight.
Goddamn right
reads.
he was.
And I was like 9, so like I didn't at the time I didn't even know who he was. I was like, who is that guy? And he's like, you don't know who that is? It's like, I'm 9. No, I don't.
I'll be honest. Like, I'm not hating on special forces. They're obviously the best. No doubt about it. But that was kind of a fucked raid.
How?
They crashed a Black
Oh
Hawk.
yeah.
A helicopter that from that point before was never exposed to the public whatsoever, and they crash it the first time they deploy it.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean,
I guess
mission
it's not.
succeeded,
All right.
so-
Well, let me backpedal. It wasn't the special forces' fault. It was
Yeah.
the pilot.
Yeah.
Special forces pilot.
God, what a shitty pilot. Oh wait, there's people died.
that seems to be a recurring trend in this conversation.
There's no way you
Shitty
did that on
pilots.
accident.
There's no way he did that on accident. He was in Al Qaeda's sleeper cell. He's like, finally,
Al
my
Qaeda's
one purpose.
So he crashes it into Bin Laden's military base.
That's what I don't. Okay, so the story, from what I know, is they killed Bin Laden in the bed, right?
Or he was
sleeping.
he
I
was
don't know.
no, he was reaching towards a gun. I think they shot one of his family members, and he was reaching for a gun, and then they shot him before he could do it.
All right. Well, anyway, he's in the bed, right?
Mhm.
Maybe.
No, I think he was on the ground crawling towards his gun.
Was he really?
I think he was in his bedroom. I know that.
All I thought
That's
I remember him
pretty sure.
sleeping, and they just went in and fucking
Oh
unloaded
no.
on
I
his
feel like
ass.
they would have. Something tells me they would have preferred to actually capture him.
Yeah,
But-
that was probably the initial plan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, there's no point in really killing him.
Yeah.
I saw a mock tweet one time.
But my point is, before you get on your little game mock tweet, my point is that they went in. I guess it doesn't really make so much sense now that he was actually up and about, but they crashed a fucking helicopter in his compound,
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
and
I have no idea.
nobody gave a fuck. They were
Yeah.
just like, oh, that's weird.
I
It's
think
a loud
they were
noise.
I
more
think they-
occupied with the greater mission success.
No. I
suppose.
mean the guards and shit,
You mean-
because they still like tapped a few people without them knowing.
Oh, I don't know.
So they fucking crashed this $1 million helicopter.
Oh, then again, I don't
Flames
know
and
why
everything.
they crashed it. Like, I don't know if they were like shot down
Yeah,
or.
the point of them crashing is not what matters. I'm trying to make. My point is that these brain dead fucking Al Qaeda soldiers were just standing guard, and this fucking helicopter crash lands, and they're still like, what the fuck? And they still had time to like just fucking tap them as they went in. Like nobody was alerted.
Oh well, I feel like once that they saw a fucking helicopter, legit, if probably
From what
immediately
I
when
understand, there wasn't really a gunfight though.
Oh, I'm pretty. I feel
they,
like I'm
they
pretty
were
sure
like
there
in
was.
and out.
I don't
from
think
what
it
I
was.
understand.
I think they killed more people than Bin Laden when they raided that.
No, they did.
Yeah.
Because he has guards. But what I'm saying is it wasn't like no fucking firefight. They went in and just like pretty much tapped
Oh.
people.
Yeah, I'm not that familiar with what happened. I feel like there was a little more resistance than that, but I'm not that familiar with what happened.
Because what I heard, I mean, they like fucking shot his son while he was sleeping in a chair.
Oh.
Like, from what I've heard, like my whole story, I don't know, I haven't really read up on it, which I guess I should. But my
I
whole
haven't-
thing was like they didn't know they were there.
It's funny seeing like, I don't know. It's interesting now. Like I remember someone telling me at the time that
Maybe they didn't crash.
it's
the
interesting
fucking
seeing like
compound.
those historical events and then like seeing all the conspiracy theories that pop up after the fact. And it's interesting like to finally like seeing them happen now is interesting. Just like at the time when Bin Laden was killed, I remember someone trying to convince me that they shot him with rubber bullets and then just hauled him out of there and then like keep him on ice or something. Like or like that it was like they still have Bin Laden or something like that, or Bin Laden's still alive. And I'm like, what the fuck? And at the time I was like too young to really comprehend what the whole thing, the whole big deal
But
was.
rubber bullets
behind it.
wouldn't kill you.
Yeah, or I don't know what
You
it
know
was.
how many rubber
It was more
bullets
like
they'd have to shoot him
basically
with?
the whole conspiracy was that he was just still alive or
Why
whatever.
would they keep him on ice then?
Or to be honest, I don't even know what the whole thing was.
So wake
but
you up when we need a fucking terrorist.
back when we want to do 9/11 again, we'll have you.
Jesus, the raid was supported by over 90% of the American public. At that
Hoorah,
time.
motherfucker. That's
Yeah.
right.
That's crazy.
What you mean that's crazy?
You just wouldn't expect that. I suppose it makes sense because
It was a fucking terrorist attack on U.S. soil.
Yeah, like
It's
If
just
you didn't
interesting
support
seeing-
it, you need to get the fuck out of the
given
country.
that fact, it makes sense, but it's still like an alarming number. Like,
Well,
you
it's
just
interesting
look at
just to see like the country just like so
Unified.
fully, like,
Is it
Unified,
really an
yeah.
alarming number though?
well, it's not alarming. It's just
Because
interesting.
Pearl Harbor happened and people were lining up on the fucking
Well, that's the point.
recruiters'
It's like
doorsteps
it's
after
such a
that.
it's
Like,
such a rare thing to see. Like,
if you attack the United States, we're gonna hit back.
yeah, I guess it's not like it's just
Maybe not
since we're
nowadays,
normally
but
just heavily divided. It's just
we
nice
weren't
to see
pussies.
us like fully unified. or
Yeah,
whatever.
unified over a
'Cause, like,
common goal.
even
'Cause
now-
you don't see that nowadays.
Yeah.
No.
It's kind of interesting because like even with like this whole pandemic going on, like you'd think there'd be a little more unity and like we need to fight this virus.
We're more
Like-
divided than ever right now.
Yeah. Although in the beginning, that was the funniest shit. Because I remember when this whole pandemic started, I remember seeing all these posts on Instagram, and it was like maybe this pandemic is a chance for the world to come together
Yeah,
to
so
fight a
that's it.
common enemy. Maybe after this we'll finally have world peace. And then like legit, maybe like there was a bit of unity like in the beginning, but like now it is just like deadlocked, like complete hatred to both sides or whatever. And it was at the time I was like, that is so fucking naive to think that like a pandemic would bring people together. Like it's never happened before. Like the fucking flu pandemic, they had the fucking World War 20 years later. So, you know.
Yeah.
Well, I doubt it was because of the flu.
Well, no, I mean the idea that
Man,
the real,
fuck this shit. People dying all the time. Let's just shoot somebody.
the idea that it would just like culminate in this like world peace is just bullshit.
Well, it's not like a world peace thing. It's like you would expect us to come together to fight this specific thing, or like to get rid of it or whatever.
Yeah. Or it's
Because
like
that's usually what we do.
what was that quote? I forget which scientist said it. It might have been Neil deGrasse Tyson, but he was talking about like if we discovered that there was like we had an alien enemy trying to attack or whatever, or just to find out about it. And he was saying like, oh yeah, it would unify us. And then like maybe if first off, if we somehow won against an alien invasion, which we wouldn't, but assuming we did, I think that we would immediately
It
break
depends on
down
who's
immediately
invading.
afterwards. Yeah.
If they invade us, yeah, we're fucked.
Oh well, you mean us invading the
Yeah.
alien? I mean, we
I
wouldn't.
don't know. I feel like we would have a decent chance, maybe.
It depends on what. I mean, I don't know. If
Well, I
they
mean,
can
if
reach us,
We wouldn't
probably not.
invade an enemy like an
Yeah.
alien.
Unless they're humanitarians.
Well, if they're invading, they can obviously reach us.
Yeah.
Well, if they're invading is the act of taking over. So
No, invading is just coming
Or
with
just
the attempt to
destroying.
take over.
exactly. So not good intentions.
Yeah.
Well,
is
yeah.
what I'm saying.
Yeah, I feel like we could hold our own
I
just
don't
for a little
think so.
while.
Have you seen The Covenant?
I mean, I don't know. Like a lot of those like alien
And
invasion
who
movies.
combated them? Earth's military.
Yeah, after they destroyed
regular
countless
guns.
planets.
With regular guns, though.
After they destroyed countless planets.
Yeah, but we did it.
And we made super
But
soldiers.
we did it.
We only have
But we
one
did
planet.
it. But we did
We
it.
only have one
But we
planet
did
and
it.
no super soldiers.
But we did it.
We would lose.
We would lose.
No, because